Hi, Professor Hayden and all my classmates. I'm Lavelle Peak, and this is my midterm reflective caption presentation. So my first caption came from Module 3, and the question was, do you suffer from linguistic insecurity because of the dialect of English that you speak? And my caption says, after recording myself for the first time, I could instantly hear my Philadelphia accent and automatically felt a sense of linguistic insecurity. I never expected to feel insecure about my dialect. And this is a particular reason why I chose this caption because I thought that it summarized best how I felt about the question. The caption was significant because it gave a detailed description of my experience with linguistic insecurity and how it affected my thoughts and emotions at the time. When I revisited this caption, I felt proud because I was honest about an experience that made me feel inferior and inadequate at the time. My point of view on this caption has not changed because I do not regret being truthful about an experience that caused me to be vulnerable. Overall, I learned that no dialect should be considered wrong, just different, which I thought was important to express in the question, which is why I chose the caption. For my second caption, which came from Module 3, the question was, what are the implications for individuals of various linguistic backgrounds? And my caption says, sometimes like chameleons who have the ability to change colors to adapt to their environment, so do individuals who have various linguistic backgrounds because they can use their languages to adjust to any form of conversation, which I thought was important to stress in my response to the question, which is why I chose this caption. And also, I wanted to give my instructor and all my classmates a visual example of what it looks like for people that do have these different linguistic backgrounds. And sometimes they can also be underestimated because of it, but I do feel like overall they do have a great benefit in having various linguistic backgrounds. So for my third caption, I chose from Module 5 where we discussed African American vernacular English. The question was, what are the possible risks in teaching standard American English to students whose home language is not standard American English? And for my caption, it says, students will perceive standard American English as a great learning experience if they feel valued and accepted for who they are linguistically, which is why I chose the caption in particular because I wanted to stress the importance of children being feeling emotionally safe with authority figures such as teachers, especially with them being at such a critical point in their lives where they're still growing and developing. You kind of want to make a good impression on them. You want them to feel like, you know, my dialect of English is fine. And if they feel that way, if they feel safe with you, they'll be more open to learning new information. And that it'll also give them the motivation to want to learn more if they feel like they're accepted for who they are. So for my final caption, which also came from Module 5, the question was, in your opinion, do the risks outweigh the benefits or do the benefits outweigh the risk of teaching standard American English to children whose home language is not standard American English? And for my caption, I said, in my opinion, I believe the benefits far outweigh the risk in teaching students standard American English because if they continue to learn about different aspects of dialects in English, they will be more equipped to handle the pressures of obtaining success in the world, which I thought was important to stress in response to the question, because I feel like the more knowledge they children have about different dialects of English, the more goals they'll be able to accomplish. And in conclusion, I just wanted to give some main points from what I learned overall. from the first half of the semester, and it was linguistic insecurities can be prevented knowing that different dialects are not poor quality, they're just different quality, and that various linguistic backgrounds can be beneficial despite the stigmas or the stereotypes that surround them, and that both African American Vernacular English and Standard American English play significant roles in the development of children, meaning they both play their particular roles in the lives of children as far as forming their identity and also presenting themselves in a professional way. Both can be students can utilize both um, throughout whatever settings they are at in the world. And I said there are several benefits to learning Standard American English when handled with discretion. And I think it's a natural desire for not just children, but people in general. They want to feel loved and accepted for who they are. And like I stressed in the slide earlier, if children feel safe with you, especially emotionally, they'll have the motivation and be more open to learning new things. So that's basically what I learned throughout the first half of the semester, and and I want to thank you guys for listening, and I look forward to listening to you guys' videos as well. Thank you.